Decepticons, transform and destroy. Hello and welcome to a Smurpy video, and today I'm very excited. I've got Transformers, the IDW collection volume 8 from phase 2. Now there's 2 times a year that these books are released, one around March and one around Christmas, so we usually get 2 a year, so I'm very happy to get the second part of stories from this series. IDW, this universe has now come to an end, so I don't know if that's going to speed up us getting these volumes, or whether it slow it down, or whether they're going a different direction, whether they want to give us omnibuses to complete our collection. I'd be well up for omnibuses. I like a good omnibus, and this is one of those series that I absolutely adore. Adore is probably not the right word. So on the front, one thing, and I'll show you later with the other covers, is I'm quite annoyed. This is clearly Drift, and I think at this point Drift is not actually with the Autobots. He's somewhere else doing something. I can't remember what. So we got Autobots all up to volume 5, and then we started getting volume 6 and 7 with Megatron and Shockwave, and now we've got Drift. And the next volume's got Windblade on the front. So from that perspective, I don't know why they didn't continue, and we got 5 Decepticons. You know, the Decepticons are just as important as the Autobots as far as I'm concerned in the story. Now, just in terms of the cover, it is a beautiful cover. They've all been beautiful, and you get the usual crisp black side here, and you get a nice Autobot logo. The side, as usual, is the standard side, which is lovely. It looks lovely on a shelf. And then there's Drift Transform. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's Drift, but I have been known not to always be correct. And this kind of gives you the synthesis of what's going on in these issues, and it collects More Than Meets the Eyes 35 to 40 and 35 to 38 of Transformers. That doesn't look right. And there's got the Punishment One shot and Drift Empire of Stone. Hence why I guess Drift is on the front of it, because he has a section in it. So I'm a bit confused by the... Okay, I'll show you the inside, and hopefully that sorts itself out, but it's not very clear on the 35 to 38 issues. So underneath the cover we get Megs and Rodimus. Megs is now an Autobot in this series, or he's trying to be an Autobot. Okay, maybe it's just me, but this one's just called Transformers 36, so we had Lost Light, and I'm sure that it was called something different. So hey ho, that's it, I guess. I'll have a look in another volume before I finish this review anyway. And as always, it comes with a little a bookmark tassel, that so you know where you're reading, which is always okay. Key. So here are all the writers, pencilers, colorers, inkers, letterers, edits, etc., etc. And it's More Than Meets the Eyes 35 to 38, Transformers 35 to 38, Punishment More Than Meets the Eye 39, More Than Meets the Eye 40. I don't know why they did that separate. Maybe different writers. No, I'm not sensing much difference. And then you've got Drift Empire of Stone. Okay, in terms of story, I'm well behind, so I'm not going to actually really be able to tell you much on what actually happens in these issues, or what the issues are actually about, until after I've read it myself. But as always, there is some amazing art in both series, so I always dig some good Transformer art. So I think, if I remember rightly, when I was looking at Transformers IDW, I think we're heading towards what they called the Combiner Wars, which we had the Combiner Wars figure series released, what, 2013, 2014, around that sort of time. Oh, it's so long ago. So we could actually be 5 years behind the finished series with these books. Yeah, I love Soundwave. He gets... I mean, I read some of the Optimus Prime series when I was reviewing it for Shoot the Breeze Comics, and I really did dig him in that series. I always love these kind of dark tones as well. So amazing art. Hey, Grimlock. That's pretty cool. DJD. That's a really nice cover. And obviously you get the little covers. They show the little covers, which I always like. And you can always tell which is Lost Light and which is the other series, because they have a different kind of tone to them and a different way of operating. There's some really nice art in here. So this must be Drift series. It looks like the Megatron that they had in that Robot in Disguise series back in 2001, when he was a massive dragon with like 3 heads. So Drift, Empire of Stone, and I remember this series is meant to be pretty good. It's clearly has 4 issues in it. It's quite cool. I'm looking forward to getting into that. Because like I said, he kind of I think he left the Lost Light. I think he was manipulating Rodimus or something like that. Okay, and then there's nothing at the end. Okay, so that's the run through of the book, and sorry for the blurriness. Okay, so this is volume 7. So like I said, so More Than Meets the Eyes has continued, whereas Robots in Disguise has just been called Transformers. So sorry, it really did throw me off, because I was thinking, I'm sure that's called something else, and well, it was. So there was a change probably at this point where they decided they're going to call that series just Transformers. I don't know why. They should have just kept it the same. It probably didn't make any difference in sales or anything, but could be wrong, I guess. And here they are next to it, 128 of Phase 2, and it looks beautiful. I really do love how this series is coming together in terms of, I'm 8 books in. It's taken a little while to get here, so it's nice to be moving along. And I guess next year we'll get 9 and 10. And then I suspect that will be Phase 2 end, and we're going to the final phase, which I believe will be Phase 3, will be the final phase of delivering us this series. And I obviously hope we do get omnibuses as well. Okay, so clearly my chest of drawers, which is where I do my review, is no longer big enough unless I ditch my little TV there, which I'm being too lazy to do. But here you go. This is all the picture. So this is what I mean when I was saying you got Optimus, Bumblebee, Rodimus, Prowl, Ultra Magnus. 5 books. Then we went into Shockwave, and he has a big story arc in this, same as Megatron has a big story arc in this. And then we get Drift. So you can see my kind of irritation where it's kind of gone, what the hell is going on? I have no idea. But anyway, I love these pictures. I'm not going to gripe about it. It's not a big deal. It's still beautiful regardless. And here's just a little closer look of them next to Volume 7 and Volume 6. So just to confirm, unless I can't count, there are 14 issues within this book, which is a nice number to read through. So if you're wanting to start reading the IDW Transformer books, this is not the place to start. I would suggest you go back to Phase 1. I'm going to do a video soon showing Phase 1 as a whole, and then I'll show Phase 2 as a whole, so you can see it if you're interested in that anyway. This book is brilliant as always. I'm really happy with it. You know, there is nothing wrong with this book, and it's the perfect way to get into Transformers IDW. So thank you for watching. Like my page on Facebook, SmurredP. Like, comment, subscribe, and embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.